President Uhuru Kenyatta has signed into law amendments to the IEBC Act paving way for recruitment of new commissioners, more than 2 years since 4 commissioners left the poll body in unclear circumstances. But the president's action could confound proponents of the Building Bridges initiative, whose report proposes to overhaul the tenure and process of picking new IEBC commissioners. Our very own Sam Gituku reports on a sensitive exercise that could make or break the 2022 general elections with the IEBC, one of the most contentious factors in the elections.
The IEBC Amendment Bill No. 3 of 2019, now signed into law, provides for a procedure of recruiting 4 commissioners to replace former poll officials Roslyn Ekombe, who quit in the middle of fresh presidential election in October 2017, Commissioners Paul Kurgat, Margaret Mochanye and Vice Chair Consolata Nkadha, who resigned in April 2018. For more than 2 years, the president has never declared vacancies in the 4 positions, pundits of the opinion that were he to do so, there would be no means to filling the positions as there was no clear legal framework for the same. And now the Amendment Act provides for appointment of a selection panel to comprise 4 persons, being 2 men and 2 women, nominated by the Parliamentary Service Commission. 6 other members are to be nominated by 5 religious organizational categories, being the Kenya Conference of Catholic Bishops, NCCK, 1 nominee jointly picked by SUKEM, National Muslims Leadership Forum, and Council of Imams and Preachers of Kenya. The other organizations are the Hindu Council of Kenya and 1 representative of the National Council of Persons with Disability. The president required to appoint the nominees upon the approval by the National Assembly. To qualify for appointment as IEBC commissioners based on current law, interested persons must possess a university degree and be experienced in the areas of electoral matters, management, finance, governance, public administration and law, and meet Chapter 6 requirements on integrity and leadership. While the new law would have paved way for picking of new commissioners ahead of the general election due in 22 months, the BBI report recommendations could complicate the process. Already, constitutional amendments proposed by the BBI report have caused a storm. The proposals seeking to fix the number of 7 commissioners in the Constitution, with 4 commissioners representing parliamentary political parties. The commissioners are to serve for a non-renewable term of 4 years against current law of 6 years.
How fair will be a league where the referee is appointed by teams, and not all the teams, some teams?
The 3 sitting commissioners led by Chairman Wafula Chebukati are proposed to be vetted afresh to determine suitability to serve for the remainder of their term that expires in January 2023, 5 months after the 2022 elections. Question being, will Parliament begin the process to recruit new commissioners given the intended amendments? But the President is yet to gazette the IEBC vacancies, meaning no recruitment yet. And as the clock ticks to 2022, and as referendum bells are said about to ring, IEBC remains a crucial component in the intended vote. The dilemma is whether to pick commissioners, then replace them should the BBI proposals be enacted in a referendum.
At least we'll have an IEBC that has been elected in accordance with the current law, as amended, which will carry out the referenda. And hopefully, depending on even how they carry out the referendum, they might just win the confidence of Kenyan people not to say, wacha waendelee.
But the country could trip into a dangerous zone, paving way for electoral suspicion. The Kriegler Commission that probed what went wrong in the 2007 general election that led to the post-election violence recommended that, quote, ideally a fully composed commission should be in office for 2 years prior to the conduct of general or presidential elections. The commission further recommended, quote, that expiry of the terms of service of ECK members, in this case IEBC, should not coincide with election years. End of quote. Kenya made the mistake in recruiting the Chebukati team in January 2017, 7 months to the general election. While the IEBC Secretariat had been busy preparing for the election, some of the gaps of 2017 have been blamed on the Ezra Chiloba-led Secretariat. As things stand, several senior staff members of IEBC have since left the commission, uncertain if it can deliver a professionally credible poll. Sam Gituku, Citizen TV, Nairobi.